Hi guys, and welcome to 40 Something and Fabulous. I was actually not going to do HelloFresh on film today, but when I opened the package, I noticed some things that I'm a little disappointed about, so I wanted to go ahead and review it. Not a huge deal, but tonight's dish is going to be Maple Magic pork chops with broccoli, pecans, and a double potato mash. So the potatoes are Yukon Gold and sweet potatoes. If you notice, the sweet potatoes are pretty decent size. But as far as, and I know Yukon Gold potatoes are definitely smaller than russets, but some of these are super small, like almost the kind that I would buy to maybe just cut in half and eat like that, or like roast them in the pan. These are going to be a pain to peel. I'm not good at peeling potatoes and such. Those ones I showed you were the smallest. There's a couple more smaller ones. And then there's a few that are okay sized. They're still a little on the small side. So not incredibly happy with that. The other thing that I'm very upset about is I was tickled to death that the times that they sent sour cream, they sent Daisy sour cream, because literally all it is cultured milk. That's all that's in there, sour cream. This brand here is called Dairy Fair, and I'm sure this is to go into the mashed potatoes to make them creamier. However, it has a whole list of ingredients. I don't know if you guys can read that. Let me read it to you because it came out blurry. Cultured cream, modified cornstarch, lactic acid, gelatin, mono and diglycerides, citric acid, potassium sorbate, which is a preservative, disodium phosphate, locust bean gum, natural flavor, which those of you who are educated on what your label reading means, natural flavor can be a myriad of things. They don't actually have to put that because it's like a trademark secret or whatever. So that natural flavoring, we don't know what that even is. And then it says contains milk in bold, probably because of the allergen. So I'm not thrilled with that because Daisy sour cream is by far my favorite sour cream because it tastes so clean. And once you eat that for a while, you really notice a difference. So I was very disappointed in that, I will say that. I'm hoping that that's not the norm. I'm hoping Daisy is their normal brand that they have, and that any other dishes that contain sour cream will come with the Daisy. But we have everything out here. Again, it's Maple Magic pork chops, so we've got our little container of maple syrup. We've got the 4 containers of sour cream. We've got cinnamon, ground cloves, ground cinnamon, ground cloves, and cumin powder. It's actually worded cinnamon ground, cloves ground, but it's on 2 different lines, so it messed me up a little bit. So ground cinnamon, ground cloves, and cumin powder in these. Roasted pecan pieces, and again, that's with the HelloFresh label. We've got the HelloFresh Farm Fresh grown thyme, which me and my family are not big on a lot of the fresh spices. We like some, but I don't know if we'll use the thyme. We didn't use thyme last time that it came, so I'll probably not use it this time either. I may use some of my own seasoning, or we may do salt and pepper. And then of course we have our beautiful pork chops, which for anyone that may be wondering, it says right on the back, cook within 7 days of receipt. I received this on a Monday. Today is Sunday, so we're still within our 7 days. I will, of course, smell it and make sure that it smells okay before we go forward with it. But, so I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to pull out all the things I'm going to need to get started, which isn't a whole lot. Peeler, paper towel, a medium pot, a strainer, 2 teaspoons of oil, 4 tablespoons of butter, a large pan, a large bowl, plastic wrap, and a potato masher, which I use the electric mixer, so. And then we'll get started. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, so I've got all the potatoes chopped up, mostly Yukon Gold, some sweet potatoes, and I'm very bad about chopping. I can't do it uniformly, so it is what it is. Thank goodness they're just going to be mashed potatoes, so I don't have to worry about presentation, because we are going to mash them up. And I did smell up the pork. It smells perfectly good. No weird smell whatsoever. So that's good to know that 6 days out from date of receipt, you're still good to cook your meat. If you're not, I'm sure that they would take care of it. But in this case, perfectly fine, no problems. We're good to go. So I've got all these ready to go. And the broccoli actually says to do it in the microwave. I typically don't cook in the microwave just because of the way that the radiation from a microwave pulls the nutrients out of your food. I mean, basically you're like, I don't know. I don't like cooking in the microwave, so I'm gonna boil them in a pot of water on the stove. The broccoli florets look really good, really fresh. There's a couple of them with purple flowers on it, but that's not a big deal. You know, the purple where they start to bloom or whatever. But it smells really fresh. Again, 6 days ago is when I got this. So, and they look pretty and green. So no complaints with that. We're gonna get it all going, and we are going to fry up the pork chops, and then we'll make the sauce. Okay. Back in a little bit. Okay, hey, so the vegetables are on. They're getting ready to start boiling on the stove. I wanted to bring up a point for those of you who may not have seen some of my past videos. This is super user-friendly. Like, you do not have to be a chef whatsoever to be able to follow these recipes. They literally tell you every step, and everything goes in specific order so that you are right on track. You're making the best use of your time, and you're gonna finish it out. Everything's gonna come together at once, and you're gonna be ready to eat. So typically it takes me less than 30 minutes. Sometimes it only takes me about 30 minutes when I'm actually filming too, because I'm only taking a minute or two out here and there to talk to you guys. So literally from start to finish, about 30 minutes or less in a lot of cases. So I just wanted to say that. I mean, super user-friendly. They, no disrespect, but they dumb it down. I mean, they tell you what you're gonna need before you even get started. Sometimes salt, pepper, oil, those may not be listed, but everything else is there. Even the pots and pans and utensils that you're gonna need, they list that out. So you can literally get set up and ready to go and just follow the steps. It is super easy, and HelloFresh gets a huge thumbs up from my family because there's not been anything that they've not liked. There's been some things that they haven't liked as well as others, but pretty much everything gets a huge thumbs up from everybody who tries it. My parents sample sometimes as well. They ate with us last week, one night, and they just love it. And my dad gets excited because it's stuff that my mom doesn't typically cook. So he is actually broadening his taste profiles. He's discovering that he likes things he's never even really heard of. So that's pretty cool. But again, huge thumbs up. Okay, so the vegetables are getting ready to boil. I'm gonna get the pork chops going and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I'm doing up the mashed potatoes here, and the sour cream, you can definitely tell it is not like Daisy. You can definitely taste the chemicals in it. And this coming from a person who, a lot of the foods that I eat don't contain chemicals and things like that, so I'm more sensitive to it than you may be. But hopefully Daisy is their go-to. They just for some reason didn't have it this time. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna inquire about that because otherwise I will put Daisy sour cream on my list, and I will keep it nearby for when I need sour cream for recipes, because it's worth it. So definitely check that out if you're not already using a really good sour cream. Like even some of the other national brands are contain a whole bunch of that unpronounceable nasty stuff. Okay, back in a bit. I'm gonna go blend up my potatoes. I've already started. You can see how pretty they look. I've got the sour cream in there anyway because it said to. All right. Okay, so I have the hubby and the son over here. I'm gonna taste first and give you my opinion, and then I will stop the camera and I will let them give their opinion.
Just stop the camera for that.
Toasted pecans here are supposed to go on the broccoli, which I cooked the broccoli a little too long, so it's mushy. But, you know, it is what it is. I think the pecans would be better on the mashed potatoes.
Pecans.
Pecans. Stop. The mashed potatoes are very good, and you get a hint of the sweet potato in there, but it mostly tastes like mashed potatoes, so way of getting some good sweet potatoes into your kids. Very creamy. The sour cream made it very creamy, but I did add butter because I felt like it was missing something. because that's all it called for, was just the sour cream, no milk or anything. So I did add butter. And I think that actually enhanced the flavor. The pork with the sauce is absolutely delicious. I love that. The sauce is very flavorful and adds a lot to the pork chops. And the broccoli is good, but again, I got it too cooked, so it's pretty mushy. All right, so that's my take. I'm gonna see what they think. Answer to your question, I had to stop the camera because I can't flip the camera during the video.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know you were gonna take the phone down and point it at.
Well, how else am I gonna film you?
I don't know, you can see him. Okay.
All right, what do you think?
I don't like the pork.
You don't like the pork?
It's good for pork, but it's pork. So, there's my opinion. And the mashed potatoes, they're not great, but they're not the worst thing in the world. That's saying something.
So there you have it from the picky 14-year-old. He'd eat it rather than starve, but he doesn't prefer it.
No,
You need to eat the pork, though. It's good for you. Okay, what about you? Honestly, what you think? What do you think?
Wasn't prepared. The pork is good. It's a little cinnamony.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured you wouldn't like, because the seasoning. It was an autumn spice
It's
seasoning.
not bad.
Yeah, I think it adds something unique to the
It
pork.
does. Love the sauce.
Love the sauce. I think it would have been delicious just the pork with the sauce.
The
No.
taters are good. I don't think you used Daisy in it.
He heard me, by the way.
I did.
He heard me about the sour cream. So, would that be a do-over if it was up for order again?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. We might modify it if we do
I
it
like
again.
the broccoli.
You do? I cooked the crap out of it, though.
I know, even the stalks are good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know you don't like yours crispy, and I like mine a little on the firm side. Not mushy, but not crispy.
I like it raw or mush.
Okay. Well, that's a plus then, I guess, that I cooked it too long.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. So, consensus, would you eat it again?
I don't eat it this time.
I think I'm not going to let him have what he's wanting. Okay, well, thanks for joining me during this little food prep deal. This is the week ending February, what's the date? The 26th?
25th.
25th. February 25th, 2018. So that was on the menu for this week. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. 40-something and fabulous. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.